Well, this is a very unexpected week if you're a Halo fan. Double updates at the end of the year, one for MCC, one for Infinite, and they both are really good? What's going on, 343? You guys were holding off the good stuff and giving us a bonus right at the end of the year, weren't you? On the Infinite side, we had the custom game browser stealth launching. It's in the game now. You can go play it. Hasn't worked very well for me. I've been stuck on that Infinite loading screen quite a bit, although I saw they tweeted they're working on it. They've done a bug fix already to try and improve it. But you also have Imperium, which is the Pit remake that is in matchmaking. Huge props to 343 because there is a 24/7 playlist. You don't have to go play 10 matches just hoping you get it. You can just hop into the Imperium playlist and try it right away. Love that. I hope it sticks for every season moving forward. All armor cores and cadet coatings are free. Like everything up until this point, you now have, which is awesome. And then quality of life improvements, the big ones there being the mouse and keyboard changes, which I will talk about, but later, because there's a lot to unpack on that front. Not a huge fan, and I will describe why. Then in other unexpected amazing Halo news, MCC in its December update got the match rejoin feature, Steam Workshop support, plug and play, campaign collectibles in Halo CE and Halo 4, the Acrophobia and Bandana Skulls in Halo 4, plus the retroactive Spartan Points feature. Oh my gosh, Steam Workshop support is here. This is huge because if you wanted to previously try a modded map, you would need to download it, replace one of the maps that you already have in your database, and it was very frustrating. You had to, copy paste files and make backups if you wanted it to run and get back into matchmaking easily. Steam Workshop support is crazy. This is the update that will make MCC evergreen for the next 5-6 years. Modders are going to push it even further, and you are in a very plug and play style way going to be able to just experience it. You don't need to go down to Nexus mods or whatever. Very, very excited about all of these things. I mean, that MCC is still getting love at the end of 2022. Let's go. I played quite a bit of Imperium this week, the playlist, and I will say I like the remake. The color palette being a bit darker reminds me of how Blackout was to Lockout. It's not that bright sunny day at the pit you had in Halo 3. No, this is a dark purple, kind of atmospheric evening. This playlist is super sweaty, by the way. That's what I also noticed. If you have had really tough matches, let me know in the comments, because I promise the people I'm playing, even in Fiesta, they are going for it, man. The mouse aiming improvements I want to talk about. You may know that I have played mainly mouse Halo for the last few years, especially on MCC. That's pretty much all I have played. Infinite, I've swapped back and forth and honestly have landed more on the controller more often because I just haven't enjoyed the way that mouse support has felt for this game. The change that they did make, I'm going to read from their developer notes, then we're going to look at the clip because there's a few things happening here. So they say to improve aiming with the mouse sensitivity has been reduced while firing a weapon in its functional range, indicated by the red reticle. Here's the developer notes. We don't want to move the player's reticle at all. This improvement to mouse input occurs while having red reticle and actively firing your weapon at an opponent. It essentially slows down the sensitivity of the mouse input while targeting enemy players, resulting in a friction feeling, which should allow for improved tracking and finer-tuned shooting during sustained engagements. I'm going to put up the clip by Accelerate that went super viral right away, and that is when you are in red reticle, you're moving and your opponent is moving, you literally have real aim assist happening on mouse and keyboard. Now this is unintended and will be reversed at some point, I'm assuming. This is not part of the design decisions that they have communicated, at least on the blog post side of things. And I'll read from Accelerate's Twitter here. You should totally follow this guy. He's an insanely good mouse and keyboard Halo player. 1 million views later, this aim bug has sent a polarizing ripple through the FPS media. What I never expected was the large amount of praise. This might be an accidental view into where mouse and keyboard might go as developers push for new ways to balance PvP between inputs. I'm always team keep mouse and key pure and skillful, but the amount of people I've seen saying they're now enjoying the game and their time spent on it, maybe that's not really important. Now, I am not a big fan of what they have chosen to do here. Aim bug aside, where, the crosshair is actually moving, what they're describing in their notes of slowing down your sensitivity while firing within red reticle range, that is still an element of aim assist. And I don't know why they didn't just explore the aim magnetism route that Destiny 2 has. Destiny 2 feels phenomenal on mouse and keyboard and is the probably only FPS game I can say I've got 1,000+ hours on controller and 1,000+ on mouse and keyboard. And essentially you can have your reticle at the very edge of the hitbox on certain weapons and stats, right? It depends on your setup, but it's more forgiving, essentially. I view it as like the hitbox feels just a little bit bigger on mouse and keyboard. Now, I don't want to blow it out of proportion. I don't want to see mouse and keyboard having like some crazy advantage or playing a different game. But going this route of modifying your sensitivity on mouse and keyboard during a gunfight, don't love it. I think it's going to throw off. Like if you play a ton of Halo Infinite, then go to another PC FPS, it may throw off your muscle memory. And I just think you're getting into a super dangerous area. And obviously, I know in the comments, everybody's going to have tons of opinions on this, but I'm just saying, don't love this route. And I don't really want to see them push much further down the direction of modifying sensitivities, and certainly like playing around with some of those aim assist settings. I think magnetism forgiveness, whatever you want to call it, like different developers call it different things, that is a safe place to sort of modify things at a very small scale. Don't make big changes, don't cause too many disruptions, but that's where I would have started. I'm not a developer, that's just my take on it. I played both controller and keyboard and mouse on this update that came out, so I'll keep testing it. You let me know what you think, but I'll probably still stay on controller for Infinite just because I don't want to throw off any of those like muscle memory things for other FPS games. Aside from all of that, this is a really great way to end off the year. Custom game browser, I tried to get footage of it. Honestly, if you've been messing around, you know it's buggy. You can get into infinite loading screens, no pun intended. For a long time, they deployed a bug fix which should reduce this, but still, it's one of those like hit or miss options. It looks a lot like Halo 5's, which is cool. You know, the visual style, you get a thumbnail image of the map and the mode that you're going to be playing, which is smart. At the same time, too, I do love the vertical style custom browser that MCC has. Maybe down the road, there's like a blending of the two, but we're definitely in the box UI era for sure. Overall, cool, great. There's ways now to play these cool maps and awesome Forge creations before we get to Season 3 of Halo Infinite. On the MCC side, we will do an entire video diving into the workshop, but that is incredible. Like MCC, in my mind, has reached its true like final peak. And I don't know if they're going to support much further, but if they do, thank you. I'm stoked. Master Chief Collection became a game that I did not expect it to become. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Let me know what you think of these updates and those, changes to mouse and keyboard, and we will see you again very soon.